I trusted N-Man, dude. I trusted N-Man. I was right. All right, we got the Canine Hound versus Pure Mitsu, it looks like. Looks like Pure Mitsu versus the Canine Vanquishal deck. My opponent is now attempting to rewind actions back after making a few misplays since I reminded him that he was unable to use Tornado Dragon. I used the Impulse earlier in the duel from hand. How far back was that mistake? And chat, I will say something. I will clarify something very clear. Very clear. I hate the Dominus cards for this reason more than anything else. I hate these cards that give you a restriction that applies for the rest of the duel because it is so easy to forget it. It's so incredibly easy to forget it. Oh my god, there is so much to rewind here. He summoned Tornado Dragon at 1655. And then from that point, declared Tornado Dragon, popped the Vanquishal start, then activated talents, red activated talents, saw the hand, then the Caesar Valius was returned, linked off the Tornado Dragon to make dark. Then he says can't, no zones, and he says you can't tornado, by the way. Well, they caught it. Yeah, they caught it. That's fine. That's not that bad. Probably would not have made dark if I knew tornado did not activate, but judge will review. Is this current game state what the game state was when you illegally activated Tornado Dragon? Because if that's the case, if they rewound it themselves and they both agree that this is the correct game state, then we're good. I activated talents, which hasn't been rewinded yet. So the only thing I need to rewind is talents. If that's the only thing I need to rewind, then we can rewind this extremely easily. Can I ask, is there any consideration to him trying to rewind now to go back over his misplay? I mean, no, that's... I think it's usable so far, what's said so far. Any plays that occurred after the illegal activation of Tornado Dragon shouldn't be considered, as the game state needs to be rewound regardless of if plays are considered good or bad. So here we'll rewind to the illegal activation of Tornado Dragon's effect. Tornado Dragon's effect, and this guy will be given a PE minor warning for the illegal activation. You can proceed. Awesome. They can proceed. No, he's not trying to rewind the Tornado Dragon. So apparently what had happened is I believe he used the Tornado Dragon, then his immediate next play was to make a dark with these two, but I think he summoned it here. So he wouldn't have any zones for the dark to revive to. And at that point is when it was caught that the Tornado Dragon couldn't be used. But I don't actually remember who caught the Tornado Dragon. Blue's the one who caught it. Blue said you can't tornado, by the way. So, like, Blue's the one who caught it. So, I mean, the issue is about as simple as it gets. Have a nice day. All right, we got... Whoa, is this Kashtira Mitsurugi? Where's the synergy here? My opponent declared the attack with 0 for my Rise Heart. After attack resolved, my opponent remembered my Habakiri in field. Ah, big fan of these calls. My opinion on this is that it's your fucking problem if you don't pay attention to what the stats are. Enters battle phase, attacks Rise Heart with 0, and then after that, Blue says your 0 dies, and then Red goes, huh? Oh, haha, wait, on declare, and Blue is saying no. For Haba, all good, 0 dies. Yes, the 0 is destroyed by battle here. Red was trying to pull a fast one. He literally was like, oh, on declaration, lol. You may proceed. Have a nice day. Yeah, I feel like situations like that, I'm not gonna lie. I get these situations happen a lot, both on Master, on DB and in real life. The amount of times where you have, like, let's say one of your monster's stats are altered and stuff like that, and your opponent doesn't ask any questions or anything like that. He just goes battle phase, assumes that it's the printed attack, doesn't know that the attack is swapped because he didn't pay attention to an effect or something like that, or he didn't realize that the monster has like a continuous effect that's buffing its attack or something else is buffing its attack, and they attack into it. People would get so upset if they go like, let's say they have a guy with 2000 attack, I have a guy that has 15 base attack, but is currently at 25 because of some effect, and they don't ask any questions. and they just swing in assuming my guy is 15 attack, and then you look at them and then they go, good? And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. And then they go, okay, destroy your guy. And I'm like, no, my guy's 25. You're taking 500 and your guy dies. And then they go, well, you didn't tell me the stats and all this shit, whatever. And I'm like, I'm gonna be so real. I'm sorry, but it is not my job to make sure that you understand everything that is currently happening on the board state, okay? If I resolved an effect and you forgot that my monster was buffed or anything like that, it is not my fucking... I'm not gonna be like, whoa, 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 buddy. You sure you want to attack my monster that has 500 more attack points than yours? Only for them to go, oh, wait, I totally forgot. I'm not going to attack your monster now. No, I'm sorry. If we're at a regional or at a YCS or something like that, and we are playing in a competitive environment, if you forget that my monster is buffed, that is 100% a you problem. And I will say, everyone should make it a habit. It's definitely a habit that everyone should get. Before entering battle, if you intend to enter battle, ask your opponent, are any of your monster's stats currently different than their printed attack values? That is a really important thing to have the habit of asking, because that is, one, public knowledge, and B, your opponent has to answer. Your opponent has to tell you if their stats are not their current, like, printed attack values. They have to tell you this. So keep that in mind and ask that question. Pop quiz! Your opponent controls a Yummy Mignon field spell, which says yummy monsters you control gain 500 attack for each light beast monster on the field. They also control a Yummy Snatchy, which has 600 base attack but currently has 1100 due to the effect of the Yummy Mignon. At this point, you activate Forbidden Droplet to negate the effects of the Snatchy and also have its attack. After that, your opponent special summons a Cupsy Yummy, Cookie Yummy, and Lolipo Yummy from their hand. At this point, what is the attack value of the opponent's Yummy Snatchy? Do you think the Snatchy stats are A, 300, B, 550, C, 2050, or D, 2300? Give you 3 seconds to figure it out. And the correct answer is B, 550 attack points. Now, if you want to figure out why, you got to join me over on Metafy, where I'm going to be doing a classroom where I'm going to be teaching you guys all sorts of things about stat modulation. The classroom isn't announced yet, so make sure you just follow over on the Metafy to know when it goes live. And with that being said, let's get back to the video. Just passing by, I've been seeing your YouTube stuff, and I have to say, as someone who judges a different card game, that your stuff is quite amusing, and it's funny to see the nonsense you deal with. Well, thank you. Honestly, you're not the first to say that. I've had a lot of people tell me recently that they really like the content and are enjoying the content, despite the fact that they don't play Yu-Gi-Oh! I've had a bunch of people say, bro, I don't know anything about Yu-Gi-Oh! But coming from this card game background or that card game background, it's really entertaining to see. And I'm like, you know what? I'm glad people are entertained. That's what I like to see, man. That's what I like to see. If I use Prio when I summon the Chaos Sorcerer, the Trap Ring Destruction lost target, right? Huh? I summon, he activate, I chain Prio. I need you explain better. I'm not sure what you're asking. Did he ring his own Sinister Serpent? Ring Destruction lost target, I take damage. How did Ring of Destruction lose its target? How did it lose its target? With his own F on Prio active. You can't chainlink 1 Ring of Destruction, then chainlink 2 Chaos Sorcerer. What are we talking about? Is he trying to use Chaos Sorcerer like it's a quick effect? What the fuck? I summon and I call Prio. Yeah, if you Prio Sork, Sork would be CL1, and Ring would be CL2. Therefore, Ring resolves first. What are we talking about? Check the logs. I understand the situation. Are you trying to priority Chaos Sorcerer's effect to make it Chainlink 2? Like, it can never be Chainlink 2. This is an Ignition effect. Even with Ignition effect priority in GOAT format, all this would do is it would make Sork Chainlink 1. You cannot go, my Ignition effect is now a quick effect. Fuck your Ring of Destruction. You can't do that. That's not how Prio works. Once again, a situation of GOAT players not understanding what the fuck the rules of Prio even are. They just don't know. Like, please obliterate GOAT format. Give us time travel, bro. Please. The order was summon and call Prio, then he activate Ring when I call Prio. Do you understand that when you call Prio, it means you're making your Chaos Sork chain link 1, at which point, if the opponent chains... No, I'm not saying ring triggers at all. Ring is not a trigger effect. It doesn't trigger. The opponent chains ring, then ring is CL2. So, for those that don't know, Ring of Destruction just targets a monster on the board, destroys it, burns both players. Blue is trying to avoid losing the game because he goes summon Sork, and he wants to chainlink 2 Sork if Ring is chainlink 1. Here, Ring destroys Chaos Sorcerer before Sorcerer banishes anything. Like, what are we talking about, man? Classic, I'll argue my way out of my loss. Yeah, it's insane. Is this set to beginner worthy? No, because Prio is like a complicated thing that a bunch of Go players just assume they understand, but most don't. It's just really weird. Can I negate Yummy Field Spell effect with Lunalight Silverhound? Silverhound says card or effect. When a spell trap card or effect is activated on the field. They used Mignon CL1 to revive, and you wish to CL2 Silverhound to negate the revive. Is that what I'm understanding? What are the chances 2 players get the same profile picture from your bot thing? Oh, from my plugin? The odds of them having the same profile picture is like 1 in 100 or something. I only have like 100 pictures in there. That is legal, yes, because Silverhound specifically says when a spell trap card or effect is activated on the field. How'd they get the Gorgon there and also summon the Snatchy? Well, I mean, this game looks like it's been going for a while. You know, there's a NecroDancer engraved here. There's a bunch of guys. I assume this happened over the course of a couple of turns. Actually, how the fuck did the Snatchy get summoned there? I have a question. Was this Snatchy summoned to the EMZ while you controlled Gorgon? I'm actually curious. Yes. So Gorgon says this. It's negated by what? By what? He's saying it's negated, right? I don't, is it negated? What, one moment, man. What negated the Gorgon? What is it negated by? What is it negated by? I don't see what card would negate this. Snatchy's, well, you can't summon the Snatchy. He pointed at the NecroDancer. What are we, this card doesn't negate anything. Liger doesn't negate anything. Can't summon set monsters to zone this card points to. If it was in the middle monster zone and isn't negated currently, you cannot summon Snatchy to the EMZ. I'm just trying to clarify why the fuck this is here, how you're summoning this. Okay, so I did catch it. I did catch an illegal play here. And yeah, also, as M-Man says, this is also not a continuous effect. This is a condition. They have to rewind the Mignon play now. I mean, it's in his hand. I think he had it in hand. I think he placed the Snatchy and then tried to activate this. I don't know, man. I'm going to assume this is a legal game state. This guy can't link summon at all. He can't even link off the Gorgon because you can't legally attempt to summon to these zones. He doesn't have a link zone. He can't legally link off this Gorgon either. Like, don't you just lose? You can't summon anything. I guess he can make a synchro. Neither player can use EMZ, right? No, your opponent can. Gorgon only prevents you from summoning to the zones it points to. It specifically has that text so that you can't V-link your opponent. His opponent can, but it'll be negated. Yeah, but that's whatever. I'm just sticking around to make sure this is also not legal. This is also not legal. This is also not legal. You cannot attempt to perform a link summon because it must go to the EMZ. A zone you currently aren't allowed to attempt a summon to. You can't do this. You cannot do this. I knew this would be his immediate next play, is to try to link it off. But you can't do this specifically because the Gorgon points to both those zones. You don't have another link zone. So because you don't have another link zone, you can't attempt a link summon. They can do that? Wait, why? Why can they do that, N-Man? What the fuck? Do you not have to pick the zone first? Does Gorgon not go to grave before SP is summoned? Yeah, but there's no zone you can summon the SP to. How are you legally allowed to attempt the summon? If you would remove the Gorgon, you can summon to the EMZ. Even if there's no other zone than the EMZ you can summon to? How can you attempt to summon if you don't have a legal zone to summon the thing in? How else do you stack link summons in the same EMZ? The SP summon with the Marshmallow and the Gorgon is legal. I'm mistaken. My bad. Interesting. What the fuck? This one was Flash Charge Dragon? So it is legal. That's so weird. Why did I think that? I was so certain of that too. I don't know why my brain is just like, yeah, this is how this works. My Sky Striker Hayate is in the right side extra monster zone, and my Flash Charge Dragon is in my middle main monster zone. Can I link summon Firewall Dragon using Flash Charge Dragon and Sky Striker Hayate as materials? Flash Charge Dragon is in your middle main monster zone, is linked to your Sky Striker Hayate. Can I special summon a new monster from the extra deck to another main monster zone? Since Flash Charge Dragon prevents you from placing monsters in the zones it points to, you also cannot special summon any monster from the extra deck to the extra monster zone. Therefore, in this case, you cannot link summon Firewall using Flash Charge Dragon. What the fuck, man? What the fuck? What? I'm right! I'm literally right! You cannot summon set monsters on this card points to. I'm right! I'm right! N-Man, you fucked me! Oh, God. Dude, I trusted N-Man, dude. I trusted N-Man. I was right! I was right! N-Man, you now need to hop in VC and apologize. In fairness, chat, N-Man is also a judge on DB, so I'm just saying that he issued the wrong ruling, not me. I decided to trust N-Man. And all of chat was calling me stupid too. All of chat was saying, well, how do you link summon in general, Coder, huh? How do you link summon in general? Mrr. And now I feel bad. I feel bad because the game ended because of the wrong ruling. The game ended incorrectly. Like the guy conceded because of the incorrect ruling, despite the fact that I knew I was right. I knew I was right. But then again, I'll give N-Man. I'm not gonna talk shit on N-Man. N-Man has corrected me on rulings that I get wrong a ton of times. He's allowed to get one mistake. Oh, he won anyways? Wait, did the same guy win? Wait, who won? Who admitted defeat? Who admitted defeat? Oh, he won anyway! Oh, he won anyway! This is fine! Blue scooped, it didn't matter! It didn't matter, it didn't matter, it didn't matter, it didn't matter, it didn't matter. Hey, I'm sorry. I just want to apologize for the mistake. I looked it up and found a ruling stating the SP summon was in fact not legal. This was my first time encountering a ruling like that, and I apologize for the mistake I made. Here is the source. I'll just give them the source so that they're aware. I'll just give them the source so that they're aware, and I'll own up to issuing the wrong ruling here. Yeah, there you go. Have a nice duel. That's on me. That's my mistake. My mistake, and I'll own up to it. But they seem to be cool with it. They seem to be cool with it and everything. So we're good. We're good. I feel bad though. I feel bad.